Fair enough. Good morning, I'm John Ellsworth, founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage, and I want to welcome you to today's presentation. And I've entitled this just that I have one question for you, and that is, are you paying attention? Good question, isn't it? Joshua Becker recently wrote an article about controlling your attention, and he said that he feels it's one of the most important skills of the 21st century. Stop and think about it. One of the most important skills of the 21st century. That's pretty awesome if it truly is. And it sounds really simple, doesn't it? Controlling your attention? Well, not really. If you stop and think about it, controlling our attention can be an ongoing challenge throughout the day, every day, isn't it? Whether you're home with family or you're at business, at work, at business, in business, with clients, it can just be really a challenge, can't it? So Joshua Becker had 7 suggested steps. Let's go through those. Number 1, simplify your environment. In other words, what he's saying is reduce the clutter and focus on what really matters. I call it, as my business coach Dan Sullivan describes it, the top 3 tasks. And I try every day to have the top 3 tasks that I want. If I don't get anything else done all day and I get these 3 things done, I'm really happy with it. And if I don't get them, all 3 done, they're going to have to go to the next day because they're really important top tasks. Point number 2, Becker says, practice mindfulness. In other words, decrease the number of distractions. We all have distractions. But as Mr. Miyagi in the Karate Kid movie says, focus, Daniel-san, focus. That's what we all need to do is focus, practice mindfulness. Number 3, notice when distractions grab your attention. And once again, I will say, not the Mr. Miyagi line, but I will say refocus. We need to refocus on what really matters, get ourselves back on track and stay on track for the rest of the day. Point number 4, understand that there are both big and small distractions. This is critical because on the big ones, one of the biggest ones I see people having for distractions today, and sometimes I'm guilty of this as well, is worry. And Mark Twain, I thought it was a great quote. He said, worry is interest that you're paying on a loan that you never took out. It's interest paid on a loan you never had. And I think that's a pretty good, accurate description of what worry does. But that could be a big distraction. On smaller distractions, how about things like email, Facebook? Can really that not wait till the end of the day? Can that not really wait for 30 minutes to get done with project 1 of your top 3 for today, for example, and not be distracted by it? So understand that there are both big and small distractions, and we need to stay on top of those. Point number 5, prioritize your time. Set your intention for the day. That goes back to what I called the top 3 tasks earlier. Focus on that. If you don't do this every day and set your agenda, so to speak, guess what? You'll be on someone else's agenda. And I assure you, it will not bring you the productivity and results and financial success that you want to see in your life. So prioritize your time, set your intention, not everybody else's for the day. Point number 6, set some clear goals. Now I've talked about this for 25 years with clients and in articles I've written, set clear goals. Becker goes on to say, and I quote, clear goals channel our attention. Clear goals channel our attention, end of quote. And basically keep us focused. And I would add to that it helps us to fulfill our real destiny in business and in life both. If we set clear goals, we know what we want to achieve and we'll get more likely to get there on those. And finally, point number 7, the author says, take regular breaks. He goes on to say, and I quote, rest is not the enemy of productivity. Rest is not the enemy of productivity. It's a requirement for it, end of quote. And there seems to be something in our society, and I've been trapped in this too over the years, that if we're not going, then we have problems we're not being our maximum productivity. That's a corporate mentality, and I think it's weak. At best, I'm going to use a nice word, it's weak. And the reality is, as Becker says, rest is not the enemy of productivity, it's a requirement for it. He also says, and I quote, controlling your attention may be the greatest skill of the 21st century, as I said earlier. And that's the good news, he adds, because anyone can do it. End of quote. I believe that focus is the key to all success and fulfillment. And as Joshua Becker said, I think it's really cool that he claims that anyone can do it, and I agree. And that includes you. I want to thank you for listening today. I'm John Ellsworth, founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I want to remind you that this fall we will have some success strategies workshops called Next Level Thinking Workshops, hopefully coming in the fourth quarter, and look forward to having you join us for that, and wish you the best. Thank you for listening today.